The Raptors deserve that applause from this game today with the 113-102 victory over the Orlando Magic. And I'm going to hear everybody. I'm going to hear Tank Nation being like, what the hell, why are you winning, blah, blah, you got to lose to Orlando. Then I'm going to hear people say, well, you beat Orlando, whatever. Let me back those two up. First things, Tank Nation, Chicago, the team number 10 in those seeding game or the play-in games, they've been terrible lately. They just lost Zach LaVine to COVID protocol. They lost tonight. The Raptors are now tied with them. They have the tiebreak, obviously, but you're tied with them now. And let me go to the other side with Warriors playing Orlando. No Fred, or sorry, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. No Kyle. No OG. No Pascal. No Gary Trent Jr. I know I'm missing one. Fred played today, so I can't remember who it was. Either way, you go out there with, I wouldn't say a G League lineup, but more or less your bench unit as your starting unit. But we've seen a lot of Malachi Flynn over the last little while. We've seen a lot of different guys go out there and make impacts. And a guy that I want to touch on right away is the guy that is on a 10-day contract right now, and that 10 days up on Sunday. Freddie Gillespie. Hey, let's put pen to paper, people. Let's get this guy signed at least to another 10-day. And I mean, I want him back for the rest of the season. Because I have one question to ask you guys. Would you prefer him or Aaron Baines? Enough said. Freddie Gillespie. I'm never going to get that right. Either way, the guy deserves a contract. He's been playing his rear end out today. He played another good ball game today for the Raptors today. Active in every aspect, whether it's the offensive glass, whether it's on the offensive floor. He looked great out there, very sound in the paint, and grabbing rebounds. Great job for Freddie Gillespie today. Now, let's break this game down because the Raptors won this one 113-102 and improved to 23-34 on the season. First quarter, no offense for either team, really. 24-24 in this one. Nobody really found their offense going at all. You had a tie ball game. In that second quarter, Raptors, they still struggle offensively. They're -4 in the quarter, 27-23, and you're -4 heading into halftime. They only score 47 points at the break. They're not feeling good. I mean, it's an ugly first half for the Toronto Raptors on the offensive end. But in the third quarter, you need someone to get hot. You need someone to take that, just build that lead up a little bit, because you haven't really got that a lot this year. A guy who can kind of just say, hey, enough is enough. We're going to play great defense, and I'm going to take the offense and let it flow. We have not seen that a lot. But Paul Watson, holy smokes, he went out there and was guns a-blazing. First start in the NBA for Paul Watson today. He got told by Coach Nurse, hey, you're going to start today for your first game, and first start in the NBA. But he drops 30. A career high for Paul Watson in his first start in the NBA. Is like 14 or so in the third quarter. Raptors win that third quarter 38-19. And they're up by double digits going into the fourth. No one saw this coming. But it's beautiful to watch. And you go into the fourth quarter with a double-digit lead, and we've seen the Raptors kind of collapse many times before, and you don't have your main guys out there, so you're kind of worried, but you're playing Orlando, so you're not quite sure what you're going to see. And in that fourth quarter, the Raptors play a sound fourth quarter. They score 28. They allow 32, but you're up by double digits. You only go -4 in the quarter, and you win it by 11, 113-102. And the Raptors have won back-to-back ball games. I think they've won 4 of their last 6. Tank Nation, I hate to say it, but this team, whoever's on the floor, can't tank. I think I've come to realize that. When we see them lose a lot in the row, you're like, let's tank for that great draft pick. But then you see them win some games, like, oh, wait, we're the Raptors. This team is a winning franchise over the last however many years. They can't tank. It's not in their blood. It's not in their DNA. And the last 4 of the 6 games that they've won, they've shown that. And now they're tied with Chicago for that play-in spot. It's pretty incredible where this team has come. It really, really is. Now, what do I usually say? You guys know it, the 3 keys to victory, in my opinion. Those are my 3 keys to every game for the Toronto Raptors. And the first thing, rebounding. How did the Raptors do today on the glass? They were +7. How did they do in the offensive glass? They were +2. Okay, so they won that one. Good stuff. Usually they win 2 of 3. they usually win the ball game. How'd they do defending the three-point shot? Whether it was they defended well, whether it was just Orlando not shooting well. Orlando only shot 35% from three. Okay, so there's a second thing that you did a pretty good job today. All right, well, how'd you shoot the three? For the team, they shot 40% from three-point range. You won all three, and you won the ball game by double digits. I'm telling you, my keys to victory, 9 times out of 10, they're correct. They shot 46% from the field. They were 35% from three, as I said, and 71% from the line. And the Raptors were 50% from the field, 40% from three, and 94% from the line. Automatic just about from the free throw line. So a great job from the Raptors today. Lots of great performances, though, for the Toronto Raptors. And obviously, we're going to start off with the man himself, Paul Watson, getting the career-high 30. 34-1 for Paul Watson. 10 of 13 shooting. 10 of 13. And it was 8 of 11 from three-point range. And he had a steal, he had a denial, so a great job by Paul Watson all around today. And look how calm he was, right? He drops 30, and he's out there, like, all right, not getting fired up, not getting all jacked up with the boys on the bench. Just kind of, not a big deal. Just another day in the office for Paul Watson. You love to see that kind of ice in the veins mentality. Cool, collected. Get that from OG, it looks like. And another guy who had a career-high performance today, Yuta Watanabe. What a ball game for Yuta. 21 points, a career high. Had 6 boards, 2 dimes, 7 of 11 from the field, was 2 of 4 from three-point range. And you know what you're going to get defensively from Yuta every single possession. I'm not saying he has to drop 21 and 6 every day, but if he can sprinkle in double-digit offense with the type of defense that he plays, he will be a part of that bench mob consistently. But what a ball game for Yuta. The confidence was there. And he was energetic as always. So sometimes he has to slow things down a little bit, but overall, what a game for Yuta Watanabe. All right. Now, I was talking about Freddie Gillespie earlier on. 10 points, 7 boards, shot 5 of 8 in like 21 minutes of work. Enough said. Great job, Freddie Gillespie. He's been fantastic over the last few games. And on a 10-day contract, the guy deserves a full-time deal. He really, really does. All right? Let's hit some other guys who didn't, make a gigantic impact, but did all right in the game today. Kevin Birch, good to see him out there today. 7 points, 6 boards. Not bad as your starting center, and very good on the defensive end. 3 of 7 from the field. Had 1 steal and 3 denials. Back-to-back games with 3 denials for Kevin Birch. Keep an eye, and they're smart blocks. I love Boucher. I love what he's done. But he doesn't just chase down and jump at everything. Smart defense from Kevin Birch, and that's why he's making a huge impact in that starting unit at the 5. Great job for Kevin Birch. Malachi Flynn struggled shooting the ball, but got the teammates involved. 6 points, 3 boards, and 8 assists for Malachi. Shot 3 of 12, was 0 of 4 from 3. But the 8 dimes, moving the ball around, helping your team make shots. Great job. Chris Boucher, 11 points, 7 boards, couple dimes for him on 3 of 6 shooting. We had 2 denials in the game today. Again, I thought he was pretty good today. 11, 7, 2. He didn't jump out, but he shot 3 of 6. He had a couple blocks today. I don't think he jumped out too much today. So a much better job for Boucher today. Fred VanVleet, good to see him back out there. Even though he struggled mightily on the offensive end, 6 points, 1 board, 6 dimes, 3 of 11 shooting, was 0 of 6 from three-point range. And that breaks the streak for Fred VanVleet for at least 1 3, and I don't know how many games it was, but it breaks the streak for three-pointers made in a consistent, at least 1 made in a certain amount of games consistently. You guys can let me know what the number was. But he did have 1 steal and 2 denials in the game today. Freddie's going to give you it on the defensive end no matter what. And he had 6 times as well. He only played 20-odd minutes, right? First game back, so it makes sense. Stanley Johnson off the bench. Again, same thing with Utah. I think Stanley Johnson gets a little too fired up at times. He gets a little too rushed at times. But he has the talent. It's there. You can see it. 13 points, 6 boards, couple dimes, 5 of 8 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3, had 2 steals and a block. Those numbers are great, but there were times where he's rushing it, turning the ball over, fouling too much, offensive. He's just rushing things too much, I think, at times. But overall, not a bad ball game. And Rodney Hood, coming off the bench, played, 17 minutes? I don't think he played 20. But he had 7 points coming off the bench, so a good job for Rodney Hood going out there and making an impact out there. The Raptors have won back-to-back ball games, and they're playing active right now. And I think we talked about, over the course of the season for the most part, is the energy level hasn't been there. The effort level, we're not really seeing that much on the defensive end. Today, the team's flying around like nut jobs. They only allow 102. I understand you're playing Orlando, but you only allow 102. You're playing very solid defense. You're moving the ball on offense, getting your shots, making your shots. They played great today. Now, can they do this on a consistent night-to-night basis? That's something that we're going to have to wait and see. They've played well on back-to-back games, which is great. But if you're trying to make this push, you got to do that consistently. And they have a really tough stretch coming up. Obviously, not quite yet. They play Oklahoma City next on Sunday night at Amalie Arena. It's a 7 o'clock tip-off there. Oklahoma City's been struggling mightily as of late. So if you're the Raptors, you got to take that advantage of that. And put in the work, put in the effort in the defensive end. It looks like you're going to get your shots against that team. You got to find a way. Now, we don't know what this team's going to look like night in, night out. They've been very inconsistent all year long. So I will tell you this, Raptor fans. Enjoy the win tonight. Enjoy the win tomorrow. But then when Sunday rolls around, we turn our focus to OKC. Wins have been somewhat hard to come by for the Raptors this year, 23-34, obviously, on the season. So you got to enjoy every win for what it is. And you gotta be impressed with what the team threw out there today. You didn't have many big guys out there at all, and you went out there and beat Orlando by double digits. I understand that they're not a good team, but you didn't have quite a few of your main players, and you came up with a double-digit victory, bottom line. So a great job by the Raptors all around today, a well-deserved victory. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game there this evening, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game. What'd you like? What'd you not like today from today's game? What do you think they should do with Freddie Gillespie? Because it seems like that's his last game as a Raptor if they don't re-sign him, which I think would be an absolute stupid move if they don't re-sign Freddie Gillespie, at least another 10-day contract for the rest of the season. They have to, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on Gillespie? What were your thoughts on Paul Watson? What are your thoughts on Utah? Give me everything. What are your thoughts on Kem Birch in the early goings as a Raptor? What are your thoughts on this new-look Raptor squad right now? Because they're playing with energy. They're playing with effort. And that's what we love to see, all right? Twitter's down below for myself. Follow, send me a DM, do that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below as well, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Jays Edition tomorrow. They play a doubleheader against Kansas City. There will be one video incorporating both games tomorrow night as the Jays take on the Kansas City Royals tomorrow. All right? As for the Leafs, I think the game has been scheduled for Sunday against Vancouver to make up for tomorrow's game. They kind of just moved things back today. They're supposed to play Saturday and Monday against Vancouver. They're playing Sunday and Tuesday against Vancouver. So that's how it's going to work for the Leafs coming up on Sunday night against Vancouver in Vancouver? I can't remember where it is. Either way, they're playing Vancouver in back-to-back games starting on Sunday and on Tuesday, all right? And as for the Raptors, as I've mentioned, their next game is on Sunday night as they welcome in the Oklahoma City Thunder to their home of Amalie Arena in Tampa. 7 o'clock tip-off there. Raptors looking for their third consecutive victory. We'll have to wait and see how this team plays, though, on Sunday. We don't know what we're going to see from night in, night out, but all I can ask for is effort. And guys, those three keys I always say, look for them in the next game, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.